Kids asleep. Sharks awake. Trade Daddies on the mic. Let's work. Let's work. Rent your hand by daylight, grease on the sleeves. Nightfall, switch lanes, candles and degrees. Blue collar mornings, markets after dark. Teaching wealth in the shadows, lighting up the charts. From the shop to the screens, breaking cycles, no cap. Turn patience into profit, show the roadmap. Education first, yeah, the mission stay clean. Built on discipline, modern Canadian dream.
Daddy time, late night grind. Shots glow while the world unwinds. Trade Daddies, yeah, we break it down. From higher highs to support and bounce.
OG in the game, seen bubbles and pain. Hands wrapped tight, both gloves and gains. From the ring to the feeds, pressure don't shake. Market swings heavy, steady moves get made. W3BC built, yeah, the vision clear. Teach and entertain, make the lesson hit here. Punchlines land like a clean left hook. Market speak when the trader looks. After bedtime, headphones on, screens glow bright. Risk defined, patient tested every night. No hype trades, only structure and plans. Read the flow, understand supply and demand. Not promises made, just skills passed down. So the next generation build solid ground. From dads to traders, lessons stay true. Knowledge is power, now pass it through.
Who runs the charge?
Trade Daddies,
Who breaks it down?
Trade Daddies.
Risk, reward, discipline.
Let's get it.
Who runs the charge?
Trade Daddies,
Who breaks it down?
Trade Daddies.
Risk, reward, discipline.
Let's get it.
Daddy time, late night grind. Real talk for the trading mind. Trade Daddies after dark. Read the market, play it smart.
Let's get it. Let's get it. Let's get it. Let's get
Yo, welcome back to another episode of Trade Daddies. I'm back in the home office, the man cave, the basement, with a proper mic and a proper setup. But you know what? We did pretty good with internet from the stars.
Yeah, I would say, dude, maybe like a little glitchy here and there, but like a little glitchy here and there. That's it. No problemo. So I'd say all systems go the rest of the summer. If you need to be out at the cabin, dude, get to the cabin, my brother.
You don't need to give me an excuse to get up there. And there will be another week at the end of August, by the way. So I will be up there again. It was great. It was, the main thing was I needed my wife to be able to work from home. So next year we're going to have a lot more vacations up there. So that worked out. The market did some stuff. Trump made more tweets. Apparently there's not a ceasefire in Iran. So hey, war's back on. So
oil longs, right? Everybody went long. I missed it, dude. I missed it this morning. I should have known.
Dude, I have not been trading as much, but the trades that I do take, I've been going heavy. And I've only been taking trades that are like obvious. I'm like, well, this is going to go. Like, you know what I mean? When I know the trend's on my side. And let me tell you, I have been cleaning up. I've made in the last 3 trades over $1,000. So pretty
go.
Good.
Round of applause. If you are in the chat, you better smash the like button for Mike crushing it.
And you know what? It was all here on Trade Daddies that everything that I did was all the things that I said on Trade Daddies. So being here, getting the alpha, getting the breakdown gives you an idea of at least where the market could be going and where you're likely to see it go. So you gotta be it. You gotta be here.
You gotta be here, man. I'll tell you what, you gotta be here. I'm looking forward to this, man. I love Wednesday nights. Love it. My daughter is not sleeping though.
No, my daughter's not sleeping. It's summertime. Yeah. My daughter's trying to go to sleep right now. That will be a process on its own. Like literally, we just came back from the park and she was like, she's been to the park 3 times today. So maybe she'll sleep fast. I don't know. Maybe she's just like out of energy and be gone. Like yesterday, we started a swim class and she fell asleep like 2 minutes into the drive.
I love this.
That's about me. My wife and her. Like if I just need them to like turn off, like just go for a drive.
Okay, there you go.
Let's get some music pumping here. Let's get some
I love that.
background.
Love that.
Playing
Shout
some
out to the
music in the
chat really
background
quick. We got Curtis in the building. We got Luca in the building. We got
Welcome in. Welcome in.
welcome in, fam. Let's go.
9 p.m. here. It's 9 p.m. here. We're on the Eastern time zone, so we feel you with that. All right. So let's just jump in. Let's go to the
Love
market to see what
Top
the hell's
down,
going on.
Top down. Let's go. Oh man, I kind of feel like we're due for now. Before we get into the charts, let me just from what I've seen and what I've been looking at. I know we've been on a little bit of a downward slide. I feel like we're ready for a little little pumpski.
You know what?
We're looking like we're ready for a pump.
And that's kind of like I'm getting like conflicting messages here, right? Because you'll see here, and we always start on Trade Daddies. We always start with our top-down analysis with the weekly. We go from the weekly and we work our way down. If it's your first time here, that's how we do it. We try to give you as much information as possible. That way you're armed with as much knowledge and making better decisions. So now I see here on the weekly, like I told you guys last week, this double bottom, I don't know. It looks pretty nice. It could be a nice double bottom. Your neckline would be here. Your move to the upside would be something like this. And you know, off you go to 107K. Like that could be.
Come on, give it to me.
Like that's your bullish scenario. But I cannot flip bullish until we clearly get above this 200-day moving average. We're struggling with it on the weekly right now. Now, I will tell you we have low stochastics and RSI's low, but still curving down. I'm watching this white line, which is our SMMA, the smooth moving average, which you talk about all the time. You can call it the 21-day moving average, whatever you want to call it. I call it a white line, so it's just simpler for everybody to know. So I'm watching this line, and I'm trying to see whether it's going to bounce or cross. If we get a cross, that's a death cross, and that's no good. And if it bounces, then you're looking like you're going to make another rounded bottom like you saw here and start yourself a new uptrend, right? If you see this starting to round, the next thing you're going to want to see is us getting like passing this high. Like that would be the confirmation,
right?
That we are starting something special over here. Or the bearish scenario is we get a cross, like right? This line,
which we're like,
here.
I mean, to be honest with you, like when you look at it on the weekly, right? That's a little bit more zoomed out than what I had looked at. On the weekly, it definitely looks like we're about ready to take a major dive. Like we are gonna because we'll cross. Like we just spent so much time, and you and I, like we both like kind of subscribe to the same model. Like when those lines really stretch out, they come back together and they reverse. A lot of times they cross over. They might dance for a second, but then reverse. So it's like, dude, we just spent a good amount of time up. We got to go below it, especially if we're in a bear market.
Like we could even have a candle that comes down really far down. Like we can go down to see like 50K and wick right back up. And then this white line will just bounce.
Yeah.
And the white line will just show a bounce. The price action may go below, but when we're looking at the smooth moving average, this may take another 2 weeks before we see what it's going to do. Maybe another 2 candles. So into the end of July.
Back test this at all? Like any crosses over? Like, does it spend any bit of time just kind of
just look at
making a decision? You know, kind of faking you out one way or the other. Yeah, a little bit, right?
This doesn't happen very often on the weekly. Like the last time you saw, every single time I do this, every time you see a cross, whether it's to the upside or the downside, it doesn't happen very often. The last time this happened to the upside was November 2023. The last time we crossed it to the downside was August 2022. That's your bear market. So that doesn't happen very often. So that's what I need you guys to understand. Like this is it. Like this is decision time, whether we're going to a cycle bottom or we have bottomed, and that's it. Even if we come and revisit the lows in the fall, it may be a higher low, and 57K could have been the bottom. So that's why today I bought full Bitcoin. I'm reallocating. I'm back in the market. I am dollar cost averaging aggressively now. All my profits from the last bull run are just starting to go back in, and every month I'm buying Bitcoin. Like I don't care if it goes down 30%. I don't care because
you know where it's going. You know, to the upside, your upside potential is massive.
And that's kind of the title of our part of the title of our podcast today is, Bitcoin bottom like in sight, because we only have like maybe 5 months left of this bear market, probably less, because I anticipate the bottom to come in somewhere October, November. So less than 5 months, maybe four months. So let's take a look here. Yeah, so the last time it crossed to the downside was, again, 2022. In the other bear market in 2018, we didn't actually lose it. We came off and bounced right off it twice, made a double bottom on it, and we went to the upside. So this is kind of what I'm wondering, if we're going to see something similar. The price action may go below the 200-day moving average, but I'm wondering if this is what's going to happen with that white line, where we come close to it and whoop, back up. That's what I'm waiting to see. So for me, like, to say, hey, have we hit a cycle bottom? I have to wait and see what the weekly does.
Yeah.
And we still need a little bit more
It's almost
time.
like that's our guide. Like we may, maybe we're not going to dip below hard. Maybe we just, like you said, bounce around, we wick a little bit, and then give ourselves a nice little catapult up.
Yeah, if there's a bottom, then there's probably only one more leg down. I don't know how much the leg could be. Like, you can say here, like, on the weekly, you can also say we're making a bear flag, right?
But it could also be like the death cross of all death crosses, right?
It could be. Look at this. Even looks more like a symmetrical triangle. If I had to. Either way, like if this were to play out, you'd probably be looking at something like this. We've talked about 47K a lot on the show, and honestly, I bought at 62 this morning, and if it goes to 47K, I don't care. I'm gonna buy 47K again. Like, my average buy price will continue to go down, so I don't really care if it has to go down. But like for me, it's more of like a time-based thing. I know we're halfway through 2027. It's usually historically 1 year from top to bottom in the bear market. So I know, like, 4 months, 5 months, like whatever, I don't care.
Right.
Like, we're closer to that bottom than we are, into the new cycle starting in 2027. And then, so I'm going to show you guys like the other charts too. Let's go into the, let me go back to the daily here, because the daily tells me another story, right? The weekly, to my eyes, looks bullish. It looks like that double bottom is forming, and we could have some upside.
Right.
The daily tells me something totally different. The daily, we're already below the 200-day moving average, clearly. Now, we do have a bullish divergence, where you have your double bottom here, and the RSI, as price action moves down, the RSI moves up. So there is a bullish divergence. But I see the daily stochastic RSI coming down, curling over, and same thing with the RSI. So if we're, for bearish, that means we're gonna have more downside to come. If we're bullish, then this would have been, we'll make a higher low.
Yeah.
And we'll continue up here. So like maybe we come down a little bit here, like we're doing here, bounce, and then start working our way up towards the daily 200-day moving average. And this right now is at 73.
Where's the 20? Where's the 21 at?
The 21-day moving average, we're touching it right now. That's kind of where I'm like, it's really decision time. We came back to 61 today. Maybe we hit some liquidity. We'll look at the liquidity levels in a minute. Liquidation levels, like we hit some liquidity levels, and there are some to the upside still. So this is what I'm watching. Do we lose that 21-day moving average, and do we continue this downtrend here?
Is there a recipe to, if you're below the 200-day and then you slip below the 21-day, like that's a recipe for disaster?
I wouldn't say it's definitive like that. I would say price loves to stick with this white line, the 21-day moving average.
Yeah,
like it just loves to stay. It doesn't want to ever get too far from it before it comes back. And you can just back test. Just look back at the chart and look at the relationship with that moving average.
Yep.
Right? When it gets too far, it usually makes its way back at some point or another. So, and then also then you can take it a step further and watch how the two lines, the white and the yellow, how they interact, right? And usually that's the start of when you cross the upside, you have a little bit of a momentum to the upside, and then vice versa on the downside, right? So I'm looking at
just really quick, can we just pause and compliment you on this music, man? This song is fucking sick.
Thanks, man. This is the AI music I've been making
I figured it was, man. This is a bopper, dude. This is a great jam.
We have I think I found a little bit of our brand here of the kind of music that we like, and it's like this is like some 90s hip hop mixed in with some like, I wanted the idea for the show to be like, you're sitting at a whiskey bar with a cigar, like chilling, dad's at the end of the night, like, you know what I mean? Like,
love that vibe.
All right,
see Mike, we got a real quick Mike Lowry in the building. What's up, Mike? Hope you are doing well, brother.
Oh, Mike
Midas in the building.
I've been so busy in the charts, I didn't even look at the chat. Midas community, what's going on? Curtis, what's going on? Everybody, welcome Mike Lowry in the building. Hope everything is doing well for you, my friends. I'm still DCing Bitcoin. That's the way to go, my friend. That's the way to go. All right, so on the daily, the downtrend, this is kind of like the channel we're in. This to me could be just like a slanted, like you have what's called bearish and bullish rectangles. So a bearish rectangle would look like this. You have a downtrend. Price kind of does this, and it's a continuation. So and it would look like this when you are charting it. Your consolidation would be like that, right? And then the same thing goes for a bullish rectangle, but a bearish rectangle is deciphered by how it enters the pattern. It entered the pattern from a downtrend. So it's a continuation pattern. Therefore, it will continue to the downside after some continuation. This to me looks like this slanted, and a bullish one would look exactly like this. You come into it, consolidate sideways, and then up, and then the same idea. You have your consolidation like that. That's what I'm looking for. So that's what I would say this is potentially a slanted one, and we're in this channel until we're not. So either we make a different, like a more bottoming pattern, like we can do this and this would be your double bottom, or it's a W, right? But we're below the 200-day moving average, which tells me you're more likely to be short.
Yeah.
Above the 200-day moving average, more likely to be long.
Bulls are in
below,
charge, baby.
Exactly. So, and especially with the daily R side, stochastic where it is, I would like to get in on a reset more so than getting in. Like I wouldn't be getting into a long now because you're more likely to reset. You have rounded bottoms pay the bills, rounded tops don't.
We got to find a good rhyme for that one. Rounded tops don't give pops. I don't know.
Rounded tops make you broke.
Yeah.
But yeah, so that's kind of where I'm looking on my daily chart. I've been watching this for a while. The daily, this is mostly what I've been trading. I've been trading the daily, and then when the weekly and the daily are bullish, and then I look on my 4 hour, 1 hour, 15-minute, whatever, I take trades on those. Once the bigger time frames are bullish, and you have resets of these indicators. Now let me take a look at. Let me just do this on real quick. StreamYards is weird. It doesn't change this automatically. I gotta do it. I don't know.
Thanks.
That's why we're gonna change things up. I'm gonna see if I can integrate StreamYards or Streamlabs into this.
I need to figure something out. I'm gonna have to get like a whole new road setup. Like with the new phone, it like doesn't even connect, and I can't factory reset it. Can't do anything.
Long-standing road problem.
I posted today. I said, look, I should have been given a new device a long time ago, but I've been suffering through it. But I think the end is near. It'd be nice if they did give me a free one. Just be like, here you go. Sorry for all of the troubles.
Well,
don't talk shit about it.
It's a great tax rebate or tax write-off. At the very least, right?
Right.
All right. So the daily is looking bearish to me. Let's take a look at the 3-day. Honestly, the 3-day can almost say is doing like a shoulder, head, shoulder, right? And that can lead to some nasty business. Mind you, we do have the stochastic coming up. I'm really focused more on the RSI because that's, in my opinion, a better indicator. The stochastic is a lot more sensitive. Like this can continue going down. The RSI can still come up and reset, even though price action goes down. But this is what I'm watching. This is the RSI start making its way to the neutral line. So keeping that in mind, the 3-day not super bullish. I don't see anything bullish yet. At the very least, we stay in this channel until we're not. So I'd be watching this channel that I have here and waiting for us to either get above or below it, and then you'll know where trend is going on if it's on your side or not. 4 hour, kind of the same idea. Like you're in a downtrend till you're not, right? Like, and I haven't seen anything really like macro wise. We're still in a downtrend. The weekly looks like it's starting to build or complete a bottom link pattern, but doesn't mean that.
Not time to.
And I'll show you something on the weekly on my other chart where it did a double bottom in the previous bull market and still had a leg down.
Oof.
So yeah, the 4 hour.
So you're kind of like you're in that territory where you don't even really want to get into a short either at the moment because
we're consolidating. In my opinion, we're just consolidating right now. We're in this range.
So you'll get chopped out. It's not something you can sit in. Now you could probably you could scalp or you can do that throughout the day. But we're on longer time frames. So I would say if you're thinking about getting a trade based on this, hold.
Yeah, I haven't been scalping just because again this chop. It's the summertime. There's a lot less volume going on in summer. People take vacations. Like they call it the summer lull, right? There's just not a great. Trading is not the greatest in the summer. That's why I've kind of taken a step back and slowed down my trades and only trading when all my stuff, like it has to be a perfect trade for me to take and being more patient with it, right? But again, if you want to scalp, that's up to you, man. That's up to you. You can scalp. There are opportunities here still, regardless. And
hey, we're not afraid to put that sucker down to the 1 minute chart and get in the nitty gritty, man.
Exactly. So look at the 4 hour and look at the 21 day moving average. We have crossed below the 200.
Ooh.
So this could just be a bearish retest of that, right? This could be like a
because it's already bouncing back up,
like a bear flag, right? And this could bring you down to 59K. So I would be wary of that. Like I'm leaning more bearish than bullish right now overall. My job will tell you like the stochastic RSI low, curving up.
It's trapped. So if I'm not mistaken, it's trapped between the 21 and the 200 right now, right?
Yeah, and you almost have like an indecision doji candle here, so the market doesn't really know where it wants to go right now.
Of course.
Yeah, so like we have a nice hammer wick here to the upside, and then like indecision. So this candle closes in 2 hours and 36 minutes. So I want to see if we can get above that 200. And the 21 cross to the upside again. So that's what I would like to see before I get into any sort of trade for that. So let's take a look here. Yeah. So again, I still think we're in this channel. This doesn't look great to me. It looks like we topped out, or even the double top here and then down. Right. So and you can even say like this could be like a falling wedge. Like if you're bullish. A falling wedge that we broke out of, so that could be some hopium there. Again, like the stochastic RSI coming up, MACD looks like it's losing bearish momentum, so that could be a possibility. Like I can't tell you like something's definitely going to happen. It's all probabilities. Trading is all probabilities, and you try to take the best probability in a trade and to have it go with you, right?
Right.
Rin 10-6. We're gonna buy Jay. Jay, you can buy on you can buy right from Deck Screener. Can you not just connect your wallet?
You could probably do that. You could
Any
go
Solana
into Phantom. You could go on to Pump. You can go on your favorite. I don't know. You got to work on. I guess the next step is to get some other listings. That's what everybody's talking about. There's not like, look, this isn't like we're trying to pump this thing up super fast. Like this is going to be a business. This is going to be something that we're doing long term. So we'll talk about that later, though. We're on Bitcoin right now.
That's it. Hey, Bitcoin is the king. Bitcoin leads the market. So once we get through Bitcoin, you'll have a better understanding where we're going, and then we will work our way down to other coins.
Well, yeah, we'll do news and all that stuff. We'll look at we'll keep them all waiting, man. We'll talk about it at the end.
All right, 1 hour chart. We're straddling
right
that 200-day moving average. In my opinion, this kind of looks like this. If I have to be honest, like another bear flag.
Yeah, it doesn't look good.
You can kind of say. I was looking until today, like cut off these couple hours, his last couple hours, I was thinking, hey, this could be a potential inverted head and shoulders.
Yeah.
But we just have continued
Invalidated
sideways, and that the 21-day moving average and the 200 are touching right now. So
yeah,
like,
dude, I
we
feel like
really zoom in,
it's you know, very historically speaking, we've talked about it, we've gone over it, we've drawn it on the charts. If you look at consolidations to the upside, that like, dude, it's like 99% of the time they break to the downside. You know what I mean? Because it's like that's just like the pattern it does. It has like a, you know, has a dip, it consolidates a little bit up, and then bam, it goes down again.
well, hey, double top. Like, look at the hourly. You had a double top, a clear double top on the hour here, right? And you're just dumping from it, right? So again, not overly bullish. Nothing that I'm willing to like, hey, you know, let's take a trade here. It's wait and see. Let the trade come to you, right? We don't know whether we're going to be bearish because we're still holding the 200-day moving average on the 1 hour. We could bounce off it. Same thing with the daily. We can, or not the daily, the 4 hour. We can get above it. We're not quite short and we're not quite long yet, right? At least on the time frames that I've shown so far.
Right.
15-minute below the 200-day moving average. We want to get above that to be bullish, right? Same idea. Everything's the same. All you're doing is the same move, and you're just zooming in and getting more like a magnifying glass. You're just
So like, okay,
more
and so
information.
100%. And like what I see on this, right? Like, you know, as we've kind of seen this structure, like they're a lot closer to each other. They're touching. There's like, you know, this got this fight going on. You know, when we get down to the 15-minute, you see that stretch of the lines has already happened, and we're already making our way back to it. So it's like, there's the thesis of like, okay, we're like, if you had to like make a decision, like, you know, on like a decision like on this, I would go long based on this. Like, we're going to go back up. I don't know how much we're going to go up, even if we just go touch the 200 and then bounce back down.
Like, if you want to be risky, you know, depending how much you want to risk, you would go long and you would just put your stop loss below here. Right. I would say, hey, I believe we're in an uptrend. I believe we caught liquidity here. I don't think we're going to come back here yet.
Right.
And we're going to make a way here. If you're a bull. I actually traded the 15-minute. My last trade was the 15-minute on was it Monday? Yeah, it was Monday. It was a couple of days ago. But it looked exactly like this. We had come up. We made what I would say is a bear flag or bull flag. Right? You come up, you make a flag.
We busted out.
Again, remember that bullish rectangle I just showed you guys? It's exactly what we're seeing here. Came into it from an uptrend. You broke out. You came back to retest the top trend line. If you bounce off this to the upside, hey, it could be a long here in the 15-minute chart. Low stochastics curving up, RSI low curving up. I would say if you're long, yeah, I totally agree with you. The 15-minute looks like a long opportunity. Target would be 63.
But that like, to me, that's the cutoff. Like every other time frame that we've looked at, and maybe do we look at the 30 or we stopped at the hour, right? So like
I don't usually 30 so often. If I can't see anything else, like I'll go through every time frame until I find something that makes sense.
Yeah.
I use the 15 minute a lot.
So I feel like let's look at the 30 because like, you know, the hour and later definitely looked bearish for sure. The 15 looks bullish. I'm sure, like, you know,
same idea.
As soon
it's
as we
a lot
get
clearer this way, there's less candles. But absolutely, yeah. Again, it's a uptrend, sideways consolidation, most likely to continue. And the RSI and the stochastics that tell me the same thing. So I'm getting confluence here. Now, I want to caveat this because now let's look at tether dominance. Because, you know, unless money's flowing into Bitcoin, it doesn't matter.
Yeah,
so let's look at the 15-minute chart here. So the 15-minute is opposite. Look at that. We're above here. We've made this huge circle. And I've said this many times in any of my trading education videos, guys. When price action gets separated, when the 21 and all the moving averages get separated, and you can draw a circle between them, they usually make their way back to getting tight again. And you can go to the chart and play with this every damn time that you separate. You come back, right? So that's a pretty simple way to look at it, and I try to make it as easy to understand for everybody. This looks like we could go down here. Like, you know, we started a downtrend and we had a bullish rectangle for Bitcoin. We have a bearish rectangle for tether dominance. So yeah, that 15-minute looks pretty good to me.
I'm gonna throw a long, and I think it's like bouncing. It came down, dude. It came all the way back down to the 21 day. I think I'm gonna go long. I'm gonna take a long right now. Just
Yeah, and this the 30-minute candle is already, it's red. It's dumping, which is great. You want to buy a red candle, not a green candle.
Yeah, so I bought that dump right there. It's climbing. Let's go. All right, there's a live trade for you. I just went long, 50x long. I did $68 a margin. It's not a huge trade. I just did a, not taking a big chance here, but it's climbing back up. Let's take it.
Yo, bits of wealth.
6%.
Welcome to the stream, brother. 62.8 to 63.2 first, then nuke to 60K. Absolutely, my friend.
Give it to me.
Yeah. Hey, we saw 61 today. So we hit the bottom side liquidity. So yeah, it makes total sense to see 62, 63. There was a lot of resistance at 62.5 before we went up to 64. So absolutely, I don't think the bottom is in yet, but we could have a counter trend rally between July and August. All right, let's work our way down to the 5-minute. Kind of same idea. Coming back, we've come back to touch the 21, and it's looking like we are bouncing off the 21 right now. Right?
Oh, baby.
And this is the model that I like to trade. Is the 5-minute crosses the 200. We come back to touch the 21. And here we go. When we pump up.
I love that reversal wick too. If we can close, on the 15-minute, you got 12 minutes left, so there's still a lot of time. A lot of things can change here, but.
And the 1 minute should be exactly. The 1 minute's in a flag, right? So we want to see this pop off to the upside, right? 62.8. Look at that, 62.8. Bits of wealth just said that.
Aha! All right. See? So I'm gonna put my take profit at 62.7, and then I'll put a stop loss in at 62. Let's see this candle, 62.31. All right. So then risk $10 to make 25. That's not a good risk. I should actually dial that down a little.
3-1 is usually like the safe measure.
Right. If we lose, okay. So what I'm gonna do is, if we lose this candle and we spin below the 21 day, I'm out. I'll tap out on that.
Yeah, absolutely. So to summarize, the big time frames don't look overly great, except for the weekly. The weekly could be starting something nice. Short time frames look pretty nice, right? Look pretty nice for a little long. If you want to scalp, there's an opportunity there. There's a chance that you will win your long trade. Again, use respectable risk. It's up to you how your position. That's all on you. That's right. What you're comfortable with risking. You want to go balls to the wall, by all means. It'll be a fun ride.
I ended up putting my stop in the profit, which was just a little bit above the 21. So I just got stopped out in the profit. Whatever. It didn't lose.
The long trade?
Yeah. As soon as it went up, I put the stop in the profit. Then.
Oh, I see. That's going down. Hey, profit's profit, man. It doesn't matter if it's a penny. Profit's profit, and that's your account growing.
Well, honestly, you know what's going to happen? It's going to reverse, and it's just going to go up to like 63.2.
It's 9:30, right? The New York session, in my opinion, runs the show, at least as of late. All right, so let's go through some news. And then we'll get into some meme coin mania.
What you got for the news, my guy?
So I found this funny on theme. Robinhood CEO flips from RWA only to meme coins too. Vlad Tenev says, while we're building Robinhood chain, the chain is the best chain for RWA. It also works great for memes. Are meme coins back?
I don't know what's happening, but I feel like they are. That seems to be the meta right now. There's nothing going on with anything else. You know what I mean? And so I feel like the industry, the crypto natives have taken it upon themselves to to make sure there's some kind of excitement or something.
Well, exactly. Well, I also think too, like, you know, the bear market comes, you know, the hype dies down, and what sticks around is the communities, the people that are really want to be here, that have a reason to be here. Communities are building stuff or whatever. And to me, that makes sense for memes because most meme coins are culture, community, all that kind of stuff, right? So it makes sense that that's what you're seeing. Everything rotates in different things. I see on X here, Ham O. I'm Long BTC GM. What's going on, brother? Welcome to the chat, my friends.
What's up?
So Robinhood is getting in on the meme game. Obviously they see some value in it. And hey, there's money to be made. So of course they would be, right?
I mean, I feel like it's, you know, everybody understands, like they see it now. And I don't know if it's in response to, you know, what's been going on, you know, within like the last like 2 weeks or so, or if this is, you know, the court, you know, sometimes it's the conspiracy theorist inside of me that, you know, thinks like, oh, you know, before they pivoted to this, you know, somebody front ran and funded the whole meme coin push to make it all make sense. You know what I mean? Because like, why did memes start popping off again when like everybody's broke?
Yeah, exactly.
Where's all the liquidity coming from?
I think it's just people just moving money around, just trying to make money wherever they can, right? But hey, you know what? You know, some meme coins. I think it was the whole Ansem thing that happened. Still doing pretty well. I read something today where like Ansem may, like its market cap may surpass Pump's market cap, which is kind of crazy.
It was like 400 million at one point. I think it's down to like 200 million or something. I know when we look on Deck Screener later, we can figure that out.
What else we got here? So Binance taps into Bitcoin holders' hunger for yield with new covered call yield play. Hey, hold Bitcoin, get some yield. So I think you're just going to see so much more of this. I believe that like I just start with Bitcoin and it'll make its way down to other coins eventually, but more Bitcoin backed loans. Like we went to Bitcoin conference and we saw how many companies were like offering loans against your Bitcoin now. And then there's, you know, things that you can lock up and earn yield on your Bitcoin, just like Binance doing. Again, the demand is here. Institutions want Bitcoin, right? And they're trying to put it in a way where like, you know, not reinventing the wheel. Like the same things they did with fiat cash, they want to do with Bitcoin. But in my opinion, if you're going to borrow against an asset, Bitcoin's a better asset to borrow against long term.
Right. Because of how it appreciates.
Well, it's better. Like when you borrow, you're borrowing again. If you have a stack of cash, you can't borrow against cash. Cash is being depreciated like every fucking year, right? A house is scarce, so you can borrow against a house because you know they're not, you know, land is scarce.
Mm-hmm.
Like you borrow against assets, and in my opinion, Bitcoin is the best asset that exists on Earth. So makes sense.
If you guys agree, if you're watching this show and you agree that Bitcoin is the best asset on the planet, I need you to do two things. One, I need you to smash the fucking like button. And then two, I need you to do like a +1 in the chat. I need to know. You guys watching the show, do you agree? Do you agree? Whatever you're watching this on. Are you watching on X? You watching on YouTube? +1 in the chat. You guys alive? Let's get it.
Let's see those ones in the chat, please. All right. So Binance. Again, you're going to see across all the board. Everyone's going to be doing it, especially all the big boys, Binance, Crypto.com. Now, I'm curious to see like what kind of yield are we getting? You get like 1%, 2%. Is it going to be like a traditional bank? Like you ain't going to be getting like back in the FTX days where you're getting like 12, 13% on Crypto.com. That was beautiful, man. That was great.
Well, you never know. Like, so I was looking at some articles too, right? And I pulled one that it was actually from the Times of India. And it's an article about Jamie Dimon and stable coins. And like his quote is like, you know, like they'll fight it. And they're talking about especially because of the yield crisis that they're calling it, right? Like he said, they'll fight it. And if they lose and they'll live. And I think, you know, like ultimately they understand they've got a backup, right? You know, with like tokenized deposits and there's like the CBDC that's going to happen at 2031. We know that, you know, so they've got backups to whatever they've got going on if they lose that battle, that's for sure.
Yeah, exactly. But God, I think you're gonna basically already have a CBDC. You're gonna see all these stable coins come out, and they're just gonna be
What's
ledger.
that new one? There was that one that it was like the news was like a week or two ago, right? It was like 140 of like the biggest companies in the world are all saying like, yeah, let's start our own
OUSD
stablecoin.
or something like that. I think it was OUSD. I think it was like
Something like that.
Open USD or something like that. And yeah, exactly. Like you're gonna just see the like. I feel like you're just seeing everyone making their own stablecoin now. Like everyone's making their own stablecoin. So you'll have private blockchains. Some institutions will have private blockchains because they don't want public transactions because they still want to do their crime. I mean, they want to make transactions, but you're gonna see all that kind of stuff. Like banks, like your big Bank America ain't gonna be on a public blockchain. Sorry, it's gonna be a private blockchain. Everything's gonna be tokenized. Everything will be interoperable. Like the private blockchain will have a part where it can talk to the blockchain, shout out Chainlink, and you're gonna see the plumbing. I believe the plumbing, and we've talked about this back when we had the Web3 breakfast show every day. We talked about how 2030 is that play. I said they're laying the plumbing now. It's going to take 4 to 5 years to educate the institutions, to educate the workers, to educate the hedge fund managers and your average, financial advisor. Once that's all done, that takes years. Once that's all done, green light means go, and no one's going to stop this. Like it's going to be crazy.
You turn the machine on, the machine's going to get turned on at some point, and then,
And then on top of that, altcoins had a terrible bull run, compared to other ones.
Do you think that they will? Do you think we'll actually see a true alt season like we've seen in the past, or is it kind of like what we've been talking about, where it's going to be, it's not everything. Not everything's going to make it. Like you've got to be able to provide some kind of value to the overall ecosystem, right?
I have 2 thoughts for that. I have 2 scenarios that I think about a lot. Either it's like a Solana thing where nobody wanted to touch Solana in the last bear market and it just everything go crazy, right? After FTX, nobody wanted to touch it. It was dead, blah, blah, blah. And then all of a sudden it had a pretty good bull run. Like Solana in general had a pretty decent bull run. Not everything did well, but there are some things that did very, very well. And that could lead to what I'm saying or what you were saying is that like some things do well, some things don't, but it's going to be sporadic, like here and there, right? I can see that happening. On the other hand, I could say this was this bull run previous was the Bitcoin show. It was the institutions getting their allocation, everyone talking about Bitcoin, the ETF, yada, yada, yada. And now that, the Bitcoin ETFs are in, the hedge funds and all the institutions are in, and now regulation from the government has been approved and completed. Now it's like, hey, you know what? We got our Bitcoin stuff. Now let's look into the altcoins, and we could have a full-blown altcoins. Like, I really think Ethereum can do some damage. Ethereum
think more than 10K? You think it'll go over 10K?
Yeah, because
let's look at the chart.
I think it's possible.
The rest of it.
I think it's possible. I'm not going to say that 10K is in play, but very, very possible that it can have a much better bull run than it did last time. Like
Tom Lee would love that, dude. How much do you think he would sell? How much do you think he would sell a bunch if it got up to 10K?
I believe so. Maybe the fund. I don't know. If he's like the Michael Saylor of Ethereum, then probably not sell any. Maybe just borrow against it. Like, you know what I mean? Like the good thing about Ethereum is you can have validator nodes. You can earn a yield on it. So maybe you don't need to sell it if you can get cash flow from your staking. That's a thing too, right? I've always thought about that. I was debating this, this bear market. I'm like, fuck, you need 32 Ethereum to create a validator node. I'm like, I'm looking at 1200. If we get to 1200, I'm like, I'm gonna really play with that idea. It's like 50K. It was like 300K like a year ago or 2 years ago to do that, right?
Right.
So it's an idea I played with, but I'm honestly for 3-4% yield, it's not. I can do way better on anything else. Like literally, traditional stocks pay me more dividends than that. That's true. Okay, Trump backed American Bitcoin. BTC pushes Treasury past 8,000 BTC. Again, the demand is there. Everybody wants Bitcoin, right? I know it's a lot of the same companies, but like, listen, you're buying up supply. There's a limited supply. Like, hello, it's first of all, it's very simple supply and demand economics.
Right.
Even if you have the same demand, but you have a 4-year cycle where you have, supply being cut, the new supply being cut, price should go up. Now, I would argue we have more demand and you have a halving coming up, which is going to reduce the issuance of new Bitcoin. Price go up even more. So this is what leads to me to think like we are going to see new all-time highs for Bitcoin, and I believe it's going to be pretty good. Dude,
I wonder, man, I always thought like in this last run before things kind of got shut down, my peak like wild case scenario was 330, right? Like if you kind of looked at some of the measurements and how this thing's projection, I wonder like how close it'll be in the next run to that number if I was just a cycle off.
I'm conservatively, like super conservatively, I'm looking at 180,000.
180. Okay.
Yeah. More realistic, I believe anywhere between 200 and 240 for like the middle range, and upwards of like that 260 to 280 for that super bull case. Like that's kind of what I'm thinking. But I think more likely
what do you think the
100K?
200 is going to be a tough psychological number, right? Just like 100 was. Like 150 will be a psychological. I think maybe all the 125, 150, 175 will be crazy psychological numbers, right?
Well, even when we got to 100K, we came down and like we couldn't really stick above 100K for an extended period of time, and then we did, and it was like beautiful, right? But what was the meme? It was like how many like 100K parties are we gonna have, because we kept like going up and down below, right?
It was like bouncing on like the 21 day just at 100K.
Exactly. And speaking of Tom Lee's Bitmine adds 73 million in Ethereum while strategy dumps Bitcoin. Again, Tom Lee's he's gonna live or die by the sword, right? Like,
oh, dude, he's got to be out of money. Isn't he down like $5 billion?
Yeah, absolutely. But again, I still think you've got to think about the world we're moving into. We're moving to a digital payment system with stablecoins being that medium of exchange. And sorry, but DeFi still lives on Ethereum.
Yeah.
And it's the trusted brand.
Now, let me ask you a question. What do you think? So recently I had a conversation with somebody about this, and I forget where this was, but we were having a conversation about Ethereum, and the news had came out, right, that the foundation had sold a lot of their tokens. At this point, Tom Lee owns more tokens than the Ethereum Foundation. So he will be, in the next run, he will be Ethereum's Michael Saylor, right? Like, is this a good thing, a bad thing? What do we think about that? Is like does each coin need to have like their savior?
Well, here's the thing with Bitcoin. It doesn't matter how much someone owns Bitcoin. They don't have any control over the network.
Right. Because
it has to go through the validators, and you have to have 51% of the hash rate. Ethereum, I'm not 100% sure. Maybe someone can, if someone in chat knows more than I do. I don't know if having more Ethereum means he can control the voting. Like, look at that. Do you see what happened with Bonk? That whole Bonk story. So somebody got like they with the governance like tricked it and got like $20 million out of it, right? They didn't even trick it. It was like it was totally legal. So this person bought $4.4 million of Bonk. They put a proposal, so they were able to get past the 1% threshold to be able to do what they got to do. So they put a proposal in to transfer $20 million in Bonk to themselves. They waited 7 days. Nobody really voted, right? And they voted yes, and it passed. So this guy passed because he had so much Bonk, and I would think 18 wallets participated in the vote, but they weren't enough because it goes on I think how much how much you have, how many tokens you have, yeah. And they couldn't say no, so it happened. And that, in my opinion, the guy that did this, that's not his fault. That's on Bonk. They created the DAO, they created the rule set. And it's just, you should have thought about that.
Well, now that'll go. It's like uncharted territories and all that stuff. It's like now, like when you go somewhere and you see like the warning sign, and you're like clearly obvious, like don't hang over the railing or else you're gonna fall to your death. But there's the warning sign because some idiot at some point fell. You know what I mean? Like this is we've got to go through these things so that we can have the experience to put up the warning sign now.
Well, that's why today I said on the space, I said we got to look at all the risks. We got to brainstorm all the risks and knock this off one by one, because you really got to think about it. Your security is important. The last thing you want is someone getting into a project or getting involved in something and they get rugged, and it's not your fault. It's not the person that created the token or created the platform or whatever. It's necessarily their fault. It's someone doing something. See, this is the argument I had yesterday on the podcast. Is it nefarious if he's really just following the rules? Because by that logic, I look at, I can mitigate paying taxes by having expenses and depreciation. Am I a criminal? No, I'm following the rules that are laid out. So, like, is this guy a criminal for, I wouldn't even call it, they're calling it a drain. I don't believe it's a drain. I believe he did something that was in the rule set and that shouldn't have been possible to do that.
Right.
Like, there should have been some more steps to be able to transfer, like some threshold, a red flag going off, something to
Wait
trigger.
a second. I don't think so. That doesn't sound like a really good idea.
Let's just have a Zoom call and I'll talk about this. Like, you know what I mean? Like,
well, because it's a DAO, somebody had to put out a proposal to have the Zoom call in the first place, and then they could have had the Zoom call, and by then it's too late anyway, so they were dead in the water.
I don't like the idea of DAOs. I feel like you still need some human element there, right? I don't think we're quite there. Maybe the idea with agentic AI, but again, you'll have other agents like trying to like game the system. Like, I still feel like you need that person there to, like, have a conversation. I know when I was mining Ethereum, I was part of some of the calls there when they were changing it to proof of stake and having the discussions, and they do vote and they do have like actual video calls with the people on the board and all that stuff like that. So it's a little different for Ethereum. So I don't think that would be a problem for Ethereum. I think it'd be less likely for that to happen. And for Bitcoin, it's very hard to change Bitcoin. Like, it's very hard. Things don't change, and that's kind of why it's so good, because it doesn't change much.
Right, and it probably never will. And could be its biggest downfall. You know what I mean? The Model T or whatever, the horse and buggy. The horse and buggy was revolutionary, but at some point, it just didn't quite cut it. And I'm not shit talking Bitcoin, but I just like when people talk about, like,
I look at it more like gold. Like,
that's it. That's it. Like, it's
gold.
not going to be the currency. It's not going to be this. No. It's not that. It's just a store of gold. That's it.
Yeah, a lot of the OG crypto Bitcoin maxis would say everything is going to be priced in Bitcoin. I don't think so. I really like stable coins. Like, as soon as I got in crypto and I figured out what a stable coin was, I'm like, oh, this is money. This is gonna be money. This is what money's going to be. Like, it's just it's so obvious. Like, I don't see how, like, fiat's still going to exist, whether it's digital or not. It's going to exist. It just makes total sense. Even when you had gold, you had IOUs. They created fiat money because they didn't want to ship gold across, countries, because the ships would most likely sink. So, there you have fiat money, right? There's still, Bitcoin is still your store of value. I believe that it can be used for money if you want, right? If you want to wait 10 minutes for a transaction, you can. You have the optionality to do that. But when I'm talking about when you're going to a store and you want a vendor, you need your transaction to go through like this, like a snap of a finger, right? Why would I go and use crypto when I can just tap my credit card and I walk away? It has to be that easy.
Gotta be that easy. That's always been that. I think that's always been the argument. It's not like what's mass adoption. It's not a certain number. It's not critical mass. It's when people can just use the tech where it's just beep bop boop. It's just as easy. Granny's got to go to the grocery store, and if it's on blockchain, it's got a beep bop boop just like her debit card does today.
Yeah, like, we care about what's going on under the hood. 99% of people don't give a shit.
Right.
Like, right? They just want to use something that works and something that benefits them. Right? All right, next. Speaking of Ethereum, Ethereum reinventing itself, the biggest overhaul since the merge. So big changes coming to Ethereum. So I don't know what this entails, but biggest overhaul since the merge is pretty freaking huge. This is the problem I have with altcoins. I don't like how they change all the damn time. Mm-hmm. I don't like how some altcoins will just change their name and all of a sudden, hey, we're a new crypto. Hey, Matic and Polygon, and I don't even know what are they called now. Like, and then what was that? Sonic.
Or it was Pole, and then they changed it again, right?
No. I think it was Matic, then Polygon, Matic, and then now it's Pole.
All of them. I know the rebrand is never a good call. But in the bear, if you got to do it, you got to do it in a bear market. But it's never a good call.
But like, I don't understand how changing the name changes the crypto. Does it make it better? You should change the fundamentals to make a crypto better, not the actual like name. The name doesn't matter in my opinion. And I said this yesterday on my other podcast. I said I think this is how they scam people. They change the name so new users coming into crypto will say, "Hey, this is a new coin. Did you hear this new coin?" Like, you know what I mean? They'll feel like it's new. I feel like it's a terrible marketing play. Don't do it. Just buy Bitcoin.
Don't do it. Polygon. There it is. Mike Vollmer in the building says Polygon.
Polygon. My guys, we are so back. What's going on? Dridism? Sorry, I'm terrible at saying names, guys. Like, don't mind me.
Dridism.
Yeah, Poly's gone. Cardano dead. I don't know. Cardano's gone. I think we looked at this before. It's like 14 cents. It's like almost as low as its initial price when it got launched. Not a good look for Cardano. All right, let's take a look at some cool thing I heard about. It's called J-Chains.
Oh, what's this? This is the hottest coin on the market right now. Next to look. All jokes aside, with that being said, you guys know me. Link and Bitcoin are the two that we DCA on the real. But look, if you want to play into this meme coin game that we're all playing, this is the one right here. I didn't start it, but I got some. They gave me 60% of the supply. Now I got to deal with that. I've got to figure out what I'm going to do and how we're going to dish it out. We did have somebody on the show this morning that runs a vault. So we're going to lock up like a big percentage of the 60% that I have. And anybody who stakes their token gets to earn tokens back as yield, as rewards. So for the staking. So I think it's like maybe a 2-year lockup that I would lock up the tokens for that we put into that play, and then people just stake and they earn.
The only thing I would make sure, I'm sure you know this person.
Please, dude, I'm all for this. This. I'm learning. Make
sure we don't have another Hawk 12 moment where you lock up your tokens and they fuck around. Right?
No, dude, I'm not going to lock them all up because I need to make sure that we have some for, to give some other people, to do some other things, stuff like that. We've got to have a treasury. We're going to build a treasury. We're going to do all this stuff. And so, but making sure that the community has the incentive to stake their tokens and know that, look, I'm not going anywhere. I'm not dumping these things. That's not what I'm doing. That's not what this is about. This got put in my lap, and I had bigger plans for a tokenization company, but this is going to just be a perfect springboard right into that later this year. And so it's a great way to build a community, be a community engagement arm of this tokenization company that we're doing, man. I'm really excited about it, to be honest.
I had a conversation with my AI because, like, I'm new to this kind of launching coins and all that. So I said, I talked to Grok and I'm like, hey, this is what happened. This is the scenario. My buddy had, a token was created and 60% was dropped in his lab. I basically told the whole story. I said, what kind of risks should we be looking out for? And and what it came back with, it spit back. And honestly, really good. Like using AI now, like to be able to learn stuff fast instead of having to go through all this research. Amazing.
Yeah, and absolutely.
Said, make sure you look at the token address. Make sure you look at the creator wallet. Make sure you look at whoever created it. Can they mint more tokens? And can they lock wallets or block wallets? So that's the biggest thing. So we got to make sure that whoever created this, because we don't know who created it. We have guesses, but we don't know.
Right.
And that make sure they can't lock you out or lock somebody out or,
It's very, it's a really good, it's almost like this is a great lesson in best practices for crypto, right? Like you always say, like, you don't trust, you verify. Like this is putting that into actual application and play. Like, look, like we're going to put a lot at stake here. We're going to run this thing. We're going to run it up. But before anybody, has any kind of crazy exposure, let's make sure that things are legit in the back end. And I love that, dude. I'm all for this because, building transparently, that's the plan. That's what I was going to be doing all the time anyway. So let's be open and transparent. And, we're building a great community. We got a lot of people that joined it today on X. So if you guys want to be a part of the community, that's going to be there. It's in X for now. But we'll probably at some point migrate to another platform where there's ways to separate or separate, you know, the different reasons for people being there. Like, you want to be here for trading, you want to be here for RWA stuff, you want to be here for meme coin stuff.
You can have folders in Telegram. You can have different, almost like a Discord, but I feel like more people use Telegram nowadays than Discord.
I think Telegram would probably be better than Discord. I like Telegram more than Discord. Discord, it irks me. There's too many bing bong ding dongs, all that stuff. Like, no thank you.
Bing bong ding dongs. All right, on that note, let's take a look at the chart here so I was kind of charting this before the stream, and I instantly saw. Did we talk about this on the show earlier? I'm pretty sure we talked about a bullish rectangle. So if you guys missed the beginning of the show, I said this is a continuation pattern. Let's be conservative here, and that brings you up to 134K market cap on this pump here. So it looks pretty good. We're above the 21-day moving average. We are above this trend line. Looks like a breakout to me. And before I started the stream, we're at 106K. And now we're 108, so we've gone up in market cap. I was gonna buy some, and now it freaking went up. I should have bought it. I'm watching this, like I'm just watching it. It's just pumping up, and you have this. You're not uptrend. Like I don't see, like, again, small time frames. We don't have a lot of data. 1 hour, 4 hour, like there's not a lot of candles, right? So I want to stick with my. Like as time goes on, the 1 hour will start to give us more information. The 15-minute is where I'm sticking right now. The 5-minute, we're starting to get a 200-day moving average, and the 1 minute, we have it. Nice big bull flag above the 21, above the 200 in a bull flag, breaking out. Looks good so far. So right now we're gonna pump to the upside. So we'll see where this goes. If it moves to the target of 131K, every candle here is 15 minutes. As you can see, we have some nice buys coming in, and it looks pretty good. Like, it looks like we've made a little bit of a bottom. We had obviously an initial pump, made a nice bottom, and here we go. I would also just keep in mind the stochastic RSI is up high, and so is the RSI. So we're up high, so I would watch for that curve down. Again, it's going to oscillate. It's going to come up.
I mean, and you got to think, like, naturally, like, here's the deal. And without, again, not to freak anybody out with this, because, like, I have really good intentions with what we're doing. I've got to figure out how to properly manage the treasury that we have. But, like, 60% of the supply is considered locked up. You know what I mean? Like, that some people should, if you understand tokenomics, like that would make a lot of sense to you. Be like, oh, okay, I see what can happen here. Now, look, there's not a ton of liquidity. You know that. Like 108K market cap, there's 24K in liquidity. So it's not like no one's running. Like, and even if I were to dump to 60% of tokens, like, what am I going to get? $2,000 or $3,000, $5,000? Like,
yeah, it would dump really quick.
It would be heartbreaking, and it would be tragic to what I'm trying to do on my crypto journey here and in my career. And so, like, that could be farther from the truth. And so it's I'm hopeful that, dude, I would love to see this candle play out, this, like what you got with this drawn, and see this up to go up to the 130s. But we'll see how it all goes, man. This is going to be a fun thing for all of the people in our community, and how we can incentivize and reward and just have a good time with it.
Hey, absolutely. Hey, you know what? When I got into crypto and started doing, like, community stuff, when I first got into crypto, I was just an investor doing things on my own. And then when I found, the Web3 breakfast community and doing the spaces and talking, I became a content creator literally because of you. You gave me a stage to speak on, and then we literally on the stage in the spaces and on stage at the Futures conference and whatnot. So, like, it's community is why I'm here. Like that's why.
Oh, yeah. Hey, and really quick, you had asked some questions about, some simple audit questions, and these are just very simple. But if you go to the right where you see where it says chart and all that, scroll down a little bit more. Right up there it says audit.
Yes, I see that.
Hit that caret. So it's not mintable, it's not freezable. Those are the two questions that you had. You cannot mint more, and wallets cannot be frozen.
Oh, beautiful. Okay, there you go. See.
I
didn't even know you can do that there. That's sick. So there you go. That's the most important thing, because again, that was the problem with Haktua. Her tokens were locked up for like 2 years, and then whoever created the token screwed her, right? Unfortunately, and not physically, but like
No, they put her through the ringer, man, because like she got herself shunned from the community. She didn't know what she was doing. Unfortunately, like a lot of people don't understand that. She got taken. She got taken pretty good by some, the cabal. Basically, the cabal took her.
Caught up in the hype, man. You got caught up in the hype, unfortunately, and it is what it is. And now she's reverted to making OnlyFans and stuff like that.
She?
So not OnlyFans, but another platform, basically the same thing. Thirst traps, like.
Golly.
Hey man, you gotta pay the bills, I guess. She's literally doing now. Like,
what do guys have that's the equivalent to like OnlyFans? If you fall in tough times and you're like dudes, you can't start an OnlyFans as a guy.
Only chaps. A bunch of cowboys.
Times are tough, man. I'm gay for pay.
It's not gay if you're getting your dick sucked.
Oh god, that went off the rails quick.
Woo.
Oh shit. Oh, that's funny.
Anywho, looks pretty good. Yeah, we need more time. When I trade these, I got into Trump Coin when Trump Coin got released. I was helping some friends just look in the charts, win the buy, win the sell, win the buy, win the sell. We're just swing trading the fuck out of it. And so what you want to do is you want to look at, you don't have all the information. You got to go on 5 minute, 1 minute. I like the 1 minute. If you're scalping this stuff, you're swing trading this, you're 1 minute, your bread and butter, right? You got a nice bull flag. And then you play the move as it goes. You look at your RSI, stochastic RSI. When it starts to curve down, you're going to come back down. You would sell that. You would wait for it to come back to revisit the 200-day moving average.
Don't nuke the. I like what you're saying, by the way. But if you guys are listening, don't clip the whole thing. Like, play the chart. You don't have to just dump your bag just to rebuy in at the bottom.
No,
my goodness.
Again, 1 minute chart is. You're gonna drive yourself nuts trading a 1 minute chart, but
it's fun though.
If you want to trade it, if you want to swing trade it, again, it's there for you to do, and you can stack more by doing this. You wait for it to come down, you buy back in, it goes back up, you sell, and you stack more chains doing this over and over and over, right? Like that's a way to make income by swing trading. That's what I do with Bitcoin. On the long-term trend, you'll buy some Bitcoin, you wait a couple months, it'll go up. And then you sell some, you wait for a pullback, you buy more, you buy more with the same amount of money, and then and therefore you stack more and more and more. That's how you get more without having to buy more. So we'll see what this could be. Like, there's so many cool ideas. Like when we were talking on the space about this, giveaways on Trade Daddies here. Like, given we can have some. One of the things I had was like you did, how you did before on your YouTube, where the guy's got the gold medal for being first in the chat.
Yeah.
Maybe you can have a leaderboard of that for the month, and whoever has more gold thing. I wouldn't do the gold thing because some people in different time zones, unfortunately, they can't participate.
I hear that.
But something similar where you have a leaderboard of something activity in the chat, and the top of the leaderboard at the end of the month gets some chains.
Oh. When they tell you on YouTube, on the chat on YouTube now, what's funny is they give crowns to the 1, 2, 3. I love that.
I love that too. That's actually really cool. It reminded me, what I forgot the guy's name in the space today was talking about Nightbot. I used Nightbot for years when I was streaming on Twitch. And I loved it. I did all my giveaways with that. You can do raffles and stuff. I even had on Nightbot and a currency in my chat. Like they would get tickets, and you can redeem tickets as you watch. You naturally get a certain amount of. I can set how many tickets they get by how long they watch. Every 5 minutes you get a ticket or something like that, right? And you can use those tickets to do certain things, like make a sound effect or this or that, whatever. But that kind of idea, maybe you if you get tickets, you buy. You have to be in the stream. You got to be watching. You got to be a viewer. You got to be active in chat, and you earn this currency through that. I'm talking to. I'm also going to talk to my homies on the arena and see. I don't know how, because I know arena's Avalanche, but I'm wondering if that token can be, even though it's Solana, be on Avalanche as well.
You do like a wrapped version of it or something.
I don't know. Like I'm new to this stuff, but I'm just the gears are turning, and I'm like full of ideas, and anything I can do to help.
Dude, if we can find a way to go like multi-chain, like I'm into it.
Hell yeah, because like it's another social platform, and people love to trade on that thing, right?
Yeah, absolutely. What's the user base like that on now? Or they figured it out? They're back to doing pretty good.
So the arena's been pretty steady. Let me try to see here, because they have this new thing where you can see how many people are online. Let me go to live here. Let me open my window here. Oh, maybe it's not showing. It used to show how many people are online. Maybe they got rid of that. Again, they're not huge. But the trading on there, they just added perps to it, so that's been pretty popular. It all depends, right? Like, I feel like certain people will be up there and they'll take all the viewers. Like a certain live streamer will be on there because it's new, right? But it couldn't hurt.
What's up, Bobcat? Bobcat in the building too. There we go, man. We got a lot of people in here hanging out. What's up?
Does Mike have his own channel also? You mean like on YouTube?
Yeah,
man. I got my own YouTube. I got my own X. I'm a big boy. I got all these
big boy now.
I'm a big boy. I'm a real boy. Yes, sir. I have a YouTube. I don't really post on YouTube. I'm really focusing on growing my X right now. Like, I've been trying to focus on my X, and then eventually I will like funnel it out. But I only have the time to do one thing. But all my lives, all my podcasts, everything goes to YouTube as well. Like everything's on there. All my shorts go on there. When I have the time to edit shorts, I hate editing. Like I like making videos. I like having these conversations and all, but man, editing sucks.
Dude, I'm right there with you. I wish that was something that could be accomplished for just a lot easier of a challenge, or just like be making a ton of money and then outsource every bit of editing.
We're getting there. Claude is, I've heard some cool things that Claude is doing with being able to edit. Like, I'm already able to like make like clips. Now, can I just like take those clips, like, yo, you edit this, and then yeah. But if I was able to like not like work and do this full time, like I make the music, like I made all the music you listen to, I made, and I can do the music for the clips, no problem, because I was paying like Artlist. I don't know if you ever use Artlist.io.
No.
I was using Artlist to get copyright free music, and then YouTube was like, oh no, sorry, this is copyright. I'm like, what are you talking about? I paid for the subscription. And they're like, oh yeah, you're right, but sorry, we blocked it, so now you got like no viewers. So I play this because you can't copyright AI music, so screw you, YouTube.
Screw you. I know. I love that about the music. It's like because there's like nothing that you could find on the internet, even if it like passes through and you don't get like the email like the next morning. It's like I'm getting things now from like a year ago, right? Like they'll always go back and retroactively find that music that was royalty free when you used it or whatever. So like, dude, being able to use like AI music that doesn't nothing, it's awesome.
Yeah, and it's use ChatGPT or another thing to make some prompts, and you can make like the background music, whatever you can. It's not that difficult. It takes a couple hours to learn how to use it, and away you go. I just noticed here, I'm looking at the deck screener. Look at this, Robinhood.
Oh wow,
Robinhood has all these. That is interesting. Solana, BSC, Ethereum. I didn't even see this. Oh wow. Oh, it's got everything on here. Holy shit.
Put the link to your channel in the chat.
The link to my YouTube?
Yeah.
I gotcha. Where's my chat? YouTube.
The YouTubes.
So what kind of things you got you're thinking about? Like what kind of things you got like that you're gonna be building for this coin? Like what's step one for you right now?
Step one right now. I love that. Step one is just kind of like organizing the troops, building the community, getting things figured out. See who wants to be here, see who wants to participate, and seeing, kind of really what the direction is that, the community wants to go with some things. Ultimately, for now, I'll be making the final decisions, but everything is always up for kind of the this is the plan, right? And so like a couple people in the chat, like we've did like an application for the CoinGecko thing. I got to verify some of the stuff to make sure that it's all squared away correctly and stuff, but just making sure that we're doing the right steps like early on to not just be I know like one of the things, you have a pump fund contract address and that's what you get for life, like it is what it is, but just making sure everything's like started correctly
doesn't mean you can be the one to actually bring some validity to pump.
Absolutely.
You know what I mean? Just because it's on a certain platform doesn't mean the whole platform is bad. The platform is just an outlet. It's a tool. Right? Guns don't kill people. People kill people.
Amen, brother.
And you can make, it doesn't matter what platform it's on. You can make a good coin with good intentions.
Yeah, no, that's a really good point. And again, it was at the end of the day, like I didn't start it, but I will gladly take it over. It gets me back in the game in a way that I most certainly needed after the last 60 days of my life. So let's go. Like I'm really excited about this now. So mission critical things are just making sure everything's done correctly. We gotta verify some of the things in the background to make sure that we've crossed our T's and dotted our I's, I suppose, and then build the community, and then from there just keep finding ways to provide the best utility. Again, like incorporating this into the utility that I've got planned for IRL stuff later on this year, like in November, is going to be very simple. It basically opens up the opportunity to a whole nother investor class, right? Because there's some people have felt that NFTs are cooked. The tokenization thing that I'm doing has an NFT integration in it, but now if you have X amount of supply and that is equal to whatever that NFT was for the fractionalized ownership of this business, then it's you burn it, become deflationary at that point, right? You burn the token for the NFT and now you're a part owner in a business, kind of a thing. So like these are the kind of things that immediately are like it's down the road of what we got going on, but we've got a lot to do to make sure that we get there. Fortunately, what I love, and this is why the strategy works, is that I play, and you too, like we play a big role at the Futurist Conference, and that's coming up in a few weeks. And they've now, because they got bought out, they're now in Toronto and Miami. So when we get back down to Miami in November, my goal is to have this first business operational there, present at the conference, so that it's all congruent. So we talk about it in Toronto, and then it comes to fruition in Miami down in November. So like that's the strategy, that's the goal. Now you guys know a little bit more, and I will start to unwind things, a little bit more as it goes on and takes shape. And if there are people who are like, dude, I want to participate, I would love that. We're building the team and we're ready to go for it. But that's I got a wicked time frame. I got I don't think my heels are up against the wall yet, but we're moving in the right direction, dude. And I think just scooping up on the tokenization, it's just such a huge opportunity. And then from there, not only is it these IRL businesses, we'll get into real estate, we'll get into some big time opportunities, and then we'll also be doing some VC stuff. So you and I got a lot to talk about as far as like setting that stuff up. That was like something we talked about this morning on the show, and that's something that somebody had told me about, that I should be presenting, like when I go around at the conference and talking to people, like I should be talking about launching the VC, because I should over the next 5 years be able to outperform someone just buying spot in the market.
Yeah,
based on what we're building.
Like that, again, like I think and from being in the space for a long time, it's just like so many projects just mismanage money. They just give money out like crazy. I've seen Web3 gaming projects just dole money out, spend money on influencers to just pump, like to get attention on it. And when the bull market comes or bear market comes around, it's like, oh, sorry, we don't have money to pay you anymore. And like the incentive model is wrong. You know what I mean? Like the reason why I like Bitcoin is because Bitcoin gets all the incentive models right. And I'm not saying like, I always go back to Bitcoin, not because I'm a Bitcoin maxer, because like you look at why it was
It's the
successful.
it's the standard that you measure everything against.
Yeah, exactly. Like they have the incentive models right. Like Bitcoin can't be used for this, but we can take some of the values and use those values in in the everyday of what we're doing here. And I really believe that if you get the incentive models right, you get the right, first of all, you get the right type of people in the community, and you have a vibrant community of I think, what was it, Chris posted something on today, like he's not doesn't want to chase he's not chasing the hype anymore. I said, man, this community is for everybody. It doesn't matter why you're here. Like, I'm not a big meme coin person. I'm not like, I'm a Bitcoin maxi, like, but all in all, but like, I'm here to support my friends, especially people that supported me. And I believe like I don't even think you would have made, if this wasn't dropped in your life, I don't even think you would even made a token.
Oh,
right. So like for anybody listening, like he wouldn't have made a token if it wasn't dropped in his lap. It was his name. It's like, hey, you know what? Let's do this. He has a community, right? He's got a following and stuff like that. Why not, right?
I saw that it was, look, you look for signs in life where you can see that even if it was in retrospect, like, and if I said no, dump it or don't send it to me or whatever, if that's what I would have done, like, I would have looked back on this and said, like, shit, that was a moment in my life where if I had like thought about it differently and said, wait a second here, like, because again, like I feel like I've eloquently explained like how we can springboard into the ultimate goal. Again, like we've all, in some of our minds, like we've moved past the meme coin thing because we see the graduation of crypto and blockchain, and like that's what we're here for. That's what I was building for. That's ultimately the goal that I was building for. But you think about, like, dude, I'm a business guy, but also I love going to Vegas. I love going to Bourbon Street. I love going, to where the DJs hang out. So like, why not have that be something that plays a role in everything we do? Because at the end of the day, we do love it. It's part of the culture. It's part of why we're here. It's really, been a part of, like, I think our ecosystem and what we've been doing for a few years now since NFTs kind of cooled off. But it is, it is what it is. And I'm really excited for the opportunity, again, because of the community aspect of it. And it gets me like back in the action, like in a really good way, like in a much needed way, if that makes sense.
Yeah, this community, again, the community is for everybody. Like, I'm a Bitcoin maxi. I like trading. And then you have other people that are artists that are that do NFTs. You have other people that do music. You have other people that just enjoy being in crypto and hanging around and have good vibes. Like, it's for everybody. Like, there's a space for everybody. I did Web3 gaming for a while. Like I'm sure there'll be some people. I know there's some people in the community that have done gaming or still are in the gaming. It's for everybody. It doesn't matter what it is. And the vibe here is 1% better every day, right?
Every day, dude. And that is, it's funny. I'm glad you said that. It's like, I don't ever want to like overlook that, but that is one of the most important messages behind all of this. And so I feel like, with that being said, because of it is such a big part of my mantra and how I conduct a lot of the things that I'm doing when you got your mentals right and all that stuff, is like, there's got to be some kind of incentive to that, right? Where, you unequivocally prove that you're getting better at something, where it's like, oh, look, I did like a 1,000-day streak on Duolingo, or, like, look at my trading P&L. It's been improving since, I've been following all this stuff. So like, now we've got quantifiable ways to show that people are improving. And then we incentive through the 1%, model that is part of this token. I mean, dude, like you said, there are so many things that we can do to incentivize people, whether it's to be a better trader, whatever, through this part of the ecosystem, and get them pull them into what we're doing. Because ultimately the tokenization company that I'm building is to empower just the retail crowd. Like I've been saying, the Main Street is kind of being forgotten here. Like, Wall Street's figured it out. They're moving forward. They are locked and loaded, ready to roll. The Main Street crowd is who I'm servicing and who I'm helping out, because that's me. And I feel like, I've always got good intentions. I sometimes think about other people more than I think about myself and like their best interests. And so now this is a way for me to kind of cut the middle of that. Like, let's help other people, but I'm helping myself, but I'm going to be able to help other people in that interim. And so like, I can feel good about what I'm doing. And I think
help me help you.
Yeah. I feel like that's just an important thing. When you've got some morals and you feel good about like helping other people, it's like, it's just the right way to do it. And like, right or wrong, whatever. And like I think I've navigated the space enough now and understand like
and
the
you're a
bad
good
actors.
actor in the space. We need more good actors building things, right? Like, and we need to celebrate the people that are like the good actors in the space, because there are a lot of bad actors in the space, right? And people get burned. And I've had conversations like just in life, like go to a restaurant, hey, like, as a joke, you accept crypto to the waiter, and you hear these just to break the ice and have a conversation, and people talk about it's like, yeah, I got into crypto, I got into this coin, and like it dumped, and like, and it not only just turned them off of crypto, turned them off from investing, and that's terrible. Like, you
Right.
should be investing your whole life. Like eventually you have to stop working. Eventually, like you're going to be an old person that needs to support themselves. Like if you're not investing through your youth, how are you going to live?
Right.
Don't rely on the government. Right? So
That's not good.
right, so don't let bad experiences dictate your future. You know what I mean? So if we have good actors building in the space, then you'll have good experiences, and then less negative experiences, and they'll stick around and learn. And when you talk about servicing the just the average day folk, it's education. That's what we're doing here on Trade Daddies, right? We're educating you in the markets. You don't have to be a trader to be here. We talk about the news. We talk about, where the charts could go. So even if you're looking at like, hey, you know what? I saw on Trade Daddies that like the bottom's not in. Maybe I'll wait a little bit longer.
I would think, hey, really quick, go back to TradingView and look at the H-bar chart. There's been a couple other coins that I've been looking at and I posted this the other day, like this criminally just like undervalued right now. And it like zoom like way out on it, man. And I feel like it is.
It kind of looks like Bitcoin.
Right.
Yeah,
Like
this
how
big
much
fall,
lower, how much lower can it go? How much farther can we separate from those averages before we have to start making a trip back up to touch them?
I would just look at this channel here.
Oh, you're in a downtrend until you're not. We know.
And when we start to get above this downtrend, I would be getting very excited.
I think because when it breaks hard and it breaks fast.
Yeah, and if it hits the bottom of the channel like that could be a nice buy. Like maybe you come and revisit here before you pop off, right?
Mm-hmm.
It doesn't have to be the bottom. It can be the top. We can just revisit the top.
Just go there. Probably where that volume node really peaks out, right?
Yeah, like it could be like right here. Like you're in the gap right now. You're in the gap. So in my opinion, you're probably still gonna have some more downside to come.
Yep.
You can see in the R side, stochastic hasn't fully reset yet. So that tells me they could probably get into this gap. The stochastic will come into the red here, in the bottom here. And yeah, like you get into that gap and it lines up right here. I'll put a line, Alt H. See that dotted line?
Yep.
That could be right there. Yeah, that's where you stop. And then you'll probably go sideways for a bit and break out. So that looks nice to me. And that brings you to like, that's August, and then if we go sideways, we can just go sideways until next year. And then
Vollmer said, calling it now, bottom will be on November 3rd or 4th, day after the midterms. It will start to slow grind up. I mean, that's like Ben Cowan has said, October, November, same kind of thing, right? For the Pico bottom.
Definitely Q4. Like, who knows when? No one's going to time it perfectly, but we can get as close as we can, right? And just understanding the seasonality. Like, I'm sorry to say, the 4-year cycle is still intact until proven wrong. Yeah. Eventually, it will break. Nothing lasts forever. It will break at some point, but it hasn't yet. So it's not the same. It's not exactly to a T, but the seasonality is pretty damn close. It's too hard to say that it's broken. So until it is, we will, with new information, we will change our minds. But we don't have that information yet. Like, it hasn't broken. So Q4 is still in my books of where we're going to go. Is it October, November, December? Who the hell knows? Right? But in my eyes, we got like 4 or 5 months left. And I think it's time to DCA. Like I really,
while the getting is good, man. Just start loading those bags up.
Yeah, buy on the way down, buy on the way up. Like, who cares? Like, we know where this is going. I'm not looking, to sell right now. I'm looking to sell in 2029. Right? I want new all-time highs, baby.
There it is. There it is. Yeah, we got that long-term mindset. That's what the Bulls really got, because that's the generational wealth. You can play the cycles, but you got to have a long-term mentality. It takes 2 cycles, right?
Top to top, you don't get as much. Like you look at, like in 2021, we went to like 69K, and then we went to 126K. It wasn't a huge increase. It was like what, less than 2.5% or 2.5x. But when you look from bottom to top, you almost got an 8x. You can still almost get a 10x in Bitcoin, but it's buying when there's blood in the markets, when the depths of the bear market, when nobody wants to buy. That's when you want to get in. That's where the money's made. It's made in that 1 year from the top to the bottom, and buying those bottoms or close to it, or even on the way back up, and getting that and selling on the way up. The bull market should be laddering out of your position and then getting in the profits, and you will have the most stress-free bull market ever, guys. I'm telling you.
Rinse, wash, and repeat, and you just do that cycle after cycle, and that's the game.
When I first got into crypto, it was the opposite. It was like, oh my god, I was watching, Ben. I was watching all the influencers, like, oh, we gotta get it now. This coin's gonna be the future, blah blah blah. You know what I mean? Like, and you're buying the hype, and yeah, you can make some money because it's bull markets, things go up like crazy, but you could buy the top 2. Percentage returns come from buying in the bear market,
right?
Hands down.
And having conviction, because you know inevitably what's going to happen is, you bought one coin, you were looking at the 2, you bought the 1, the other one is what pops off one day, so you got to make that decision. Am I selling my bag to get in that while it's popping? Because when you do, and now you're in the other one, that one dies and the other one pops.
A conviction only comes from education. You don't, like, I had to really understand why Bitcoin is valuable to be able to have this long-term mentality, because I'm not worried now. I know where it's going to go because I know what Bitcoin is, and I know how the system works and why assets go up and inflation. I understand all that because I study history. Like, I try to get my sister into crypto right now, right? Like she got divorced, she got some money, like, and she wants to invest and, restart her life. But like, you're not going to make the decisions I make because I have 8 years of education behind me in crypto. And she's going to make an emotional decision because she's like, I'm like, can you stomach a 20% dip? If you've never seen it before, right? Like, and like, that's why I say, like, start slow, start safe, because, I can tell you to buy Bitcoin, but you don't know why you're buying it. You know what I mean? You don't know why it's valuable. You don't know why. You're just listening to my advice. So you have no other knowledge to go on. So like, every time Bitcoin goes up 20 or 30%, you don't know what the hell you're going to do yourself. So that's where, that 1% better every day. Get some education, like learn about it, learn about things. You have so much time. Like, Bitcoin's boring, or crypto's boring right now, right?
Right.
So take the time to educate yourself and get that knowledge base. And once you have that knowledge base, you won't fear anymore. What fear is fear of the unknown. Like, that's what the emotion of fear is. It's not knowing what's going to happen. So you have fear. And you get rid of that fear, your mind's going to change. I'm telling you. I've done it. I fucked up for 2 cycles. And this is this last cycle was the first one. I believe I did things right. I still didn't do perfect. No, next time I'm going to do better. Like, that's all it is. Just try to do better next time. But don't get wiped out by putting too much risk in the market. You want to be able to play the game for a long time. Like, why did Warren Buffett become successful? Because he invested for like fucking 60 years.
Right.
Right. He wasn't the best investor. Like, he's actually technically a terrible investor, but he just invested for so long and got compounding returns.
Was able to make it happen. Yeah. What old Warren Buffett, rat poison squared, man.
Hey man, just buy Coca-Cola, right? 1% dividend.
Oh man. Really quick, I one last thing to say to you guys, and I think we'll probably get out of here pretty soon, unless there's anything else you want to go through.
No, we're good, man. I think we beat this till we can't anymore.
Cool. Well, and it's just all about, like, you heard the tone, and we were talking about this. I just want to make sure you guys hear from me. It's all about being 1% better. It's that's all that I can do, and I will clearly say, like, I have not founded a coin before. I've not been a project leader. I've been a content creator, but I've been in this space. And so I will work 1% better. I'll probably do more than 1% better every single day, but to grow this community, to grow this project, and to make sure that that we're doing this the right way. So we're gonna have a whale group. If you got 1% or more of the supply, if you get that, we got a whale group going. So
does this show what the max supply is on here?
It's 1 billion. It's 1 billion tokens.
A billion. What's 1% of a billion?
100 million.
100 million, right?
Wait, I might be losing my mind here.
I'm gonna get my calculator out.
100 million.
10 million.
Right.
No, is it 10 million?
Jesus.
10 million.
10 million. Thank you.
Wow, math live. I'm looking at the calculator. I'm like, that's 10 million. I'm counting all the zeros here. So 10 million coins get you away. Okay. I'm gonna look into that.
So right now, Volmer just asked, where can you get it? You can get it on you can get it in off Pump Fund. You can get it on Phantom. You could probably get it off one of Dex Screener if you log in with your wallet there. But I will send you the contract address is in the chat, but I just put it again. Having trouble. My internet connection. Okay.
Well, I think that's $1,000 get you a whale.
It was like $900 earlier, got you 1%. Now it's like $1,000. So it's going up. To be a 1%er, man. That's gonna be the 1% club.
I like it a lot. Well, I think we're armed with where we're going. We have a general idea. We showed that short-term time frame. I may have changed by now, but overall, not overly bullish.
I'm glad I put my stop loss in.
Hey man, you won. You won live on the stream. So shout out to you. Holding pattern. That's essentially what I would leave you with. We're in a holding pattern. We'll wait for the market to make a decision of where it wants to go, and then we will trade that shit when it picks a direction. And maybe it'll be next week. Maybe we'll be on Trade Daddies next week. I'm like, hey, time to go long, baby, or time to go short.
Am I mistaken? Or let me see the calendar here. Let me see the.
Oh, that's right. We have futures coming up. Is that Tuesday? That's Tuesday, Wednesday, right?
Dude, it's a Wednesday, so we'll be there. We'll be doing a live app at Futurist next in 2 weeks. 2 weeks from now.
Well, how will you? I like it. Oh, that's gonna be sick. Yeah. Oh yeah.
And I'm a bozo, dude. I was like, right as we started the show was the first time that I looked at your chest, and I was like, oh shit.
Oh, the Trade Daddies.
I didn't put my Trade Daddy show. I've just been literally glued to my desk this entire day. I haven't left.
It's all good. Last week I was in scraps, so don't worry about it. It's all good. All right, everybody. Thank you so much for popping in. This has been fantastic. Nice, chill stream. Showed you where the market's going. We talked about this awesome new community that's being built. You have the chance to get on the ground floor. Again, it's up to you whether you want to get in or not. But I believe something special can be built here because we got some good people behind it. And we'll see where it goes. Right? This is we're building live out loud in front of everybody to see. Right?
Absolutely. So, it's important. Transparency, man.
We will see you next week on another episode of Trade Daddies. Thank you so much for popping in, and we appreciate all of you for being here. See you on the next episode of Trade Daddies.
Smash that like button on your way out of here.
So that's what hit us. If you're not subscribed, subscribe.
Hey, come on. No, they're already. If you're already subscribed, you're good. If you're not subscribed, get out of here.
Just get out of here.
Get out of here.
All right. See you later.
Yeah. Another session in the books. Trade Daddies. Let's close it out right. Yeah. From the charts to the couch, we appreciate your time. Every view, every share, that support is a sign. Late night learners building wealth slow. Plant seeds today, watch the legacy grow. We don't flex hype, we invest in the grind. Teach discipline so you level your mind. If the game gave value and the message hit deep, run it back, tap let the algorithm speak. Trade Daddies, yeah, we here every week, dropping gems, keeping structure unique. If you vibe with the movement, help it expand. Share, subscribe, build the brand. Trade Daddies, yeah, we teach no cap. Real dads, real trades, real talk on the map. Yeah, no just knowledge and reps. Risk managed tight, calculated steps. From beginners to vets, everybody can learn. Market cycle spin, patience earns. So salute to the viewers, community strong. Independent thinkers moving along. Hit subscribe if you rock with the show. Turn alerts on, don't miss the flow. Don't miss the flow.
Who keeps it real? Trade daddies. Who builds the skill? Trade daddies. Like it up, share it wide, share it wide. Subscribe and ride. Daddy time, knowledge climb. See you next week.